In case you were wondering, still no regrets.
Hold on, it's time for it to reappear.
Today is the day. It is Wednesday. Lee's coming home. It's actually Lee's birthday tomorrow, and I can finally tell you what is happening. At least a few of you, probably all of you guessed it. But I'm building Lee a gym in the garage, and I even think Lee probably knows that is what I'm doing. But what he doesn't know is that today an electrician is coming and he is going to put electric in the garage because we don't have electric in the garage, it's away from the house. And I have an old TV that a friend gave me. I'm going to try and put the skybox in there to extend our Wi-Fi. I hoped to have more time to do these things, but it's all happening today. For now, I have to log on to work because Wednesday. Hopefully the electrician and his son are coming around 9:30. They're going to lay all the cable, put everything in place, and they should only need to turn off the electric for about 15 minutes. So that should take me around up to lunchtime. They'll finish everything up. Then once I've finished work, I can get to work in completing everything else. I've already moved a lot of stuff around. I've put up some mirrors. They were the thing that were keeping me awake at night, but it seems to be working so far. Fingers crossed. But as soon as I'm done here, I'll show you inside. It's in. The lights are in. I mean, you've missed some serious roller coasters of emotions. But the lights are in, which is incredible. And the best thing is I put the skybox in here. We didn't have any kind of internet near the garage, none whatsoever. And I was hoping that if we had a mini box in here and a mini box in the shed, that they would kind of talk to each other and it would extend our Wi-Fi. Did not work that way. When Lee exercises, that's kind of like his time, and he watches vlogs and like catches up on stuff on YouTube while he does that. And I'm like, I've done all of this, and he's gonna sit there. I can't watch I could put DVDs and stuff. I mean, you know, first world problems, but it felt like I was falling at the last hurdle because I just couldn't see a way around it. I Googled everything. It was super frustrating, and I found something in Asda. Just kind of took a chance on it. I'd already spoken to my neighbour who used TP-Link, the brand, for boosting their Wi-Fi, but I felt like it wasn't going to be enough to just boost the Wi-Fi. So this is called a power line kit. And what made me think this was going to work was that we have actually taken, I know because quite frequently we'll trip the electric in the kitchen, and I know which parts of the house that affects. So I know that if that trips, then the kitchen, the hallway, Ella's bedroom, and I think that's it. Like the utility is on a separate thing, my office is on a separate thing, but originally the electrician wanted to take the power from the shed, which was its own, that's his own kind of, what do you call it? Like circuit, that's its own circuit, but he couldn't take it from there because it was already overloaded. So he took it from down the side of the house where he'd put me in an external socket, and that came from the kitchen. And because I knew that the wireless router lived on that circuit, I plugged something in the house, kind of had to pair it, do all this stuff. And I've got something plugged in here. This is absolutely miles away from where the router is, but because it's on the same network, the same circuit, sorry, because it's on the same circuit, this power cable is coming from the same place that the router is drawing power from. Both of these things are plugged into Ethernet cables. This is plugged into the skybox and the other is plugged into the router. We have Wi-Fi, which means all of the things work on the TV. And that was like, this has not been an easy process. It's been a difficult project, and I could have cried with joy when the TV turned on and I could actually watch something. So yeah, obviously I need to clean up now. We've had, you know, lots of work done in here, so I've kind of like started cleaning the floor and stuff. I've put in some hooks and things. There's some other ones that I've had to put some like no more nailsy stuff in. Oh, I want to talk to you about the mirrors. This is what was keeping me up at night. When I was talking to you about like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and panicking about something, it was this. And again, seems like a tiny thing. I spoke to someone about this and I was like, oh, the mirrors. And they said mirrors, like it wasn't an important thing. I mean, you can actually see this is not quite right. It's a bit funhousey, but it's on the wall and it hasn't fallen down. Famous last words. I think mirrors in a gym are important. I think this was an essential thing. I think this totally like polishes it off as like, this is a gym And so it was important. So I bought these from IKEA. These are £12 each. I forget the name of them, but you can find them dead easy. And they come with fittings that are supposed to kind of like hold them in. I was nervous of this because when you drill into breeze block or cinder block, or whatever you call it, these concrete blocks, it's not always that easy to get like a straight line. And I was just really concerned that, number one, it wouldn't be sturdy, and number two, they'd be all wonky. So I did tons of research and I ended up buying this stuff. Mirror adhesive from Evo Stick. I read all of the minutiae, the terms and conditions online, and it said it worked on concrete. It takes 24 hours to set, and we'll talk about that in a second. It did say not painted surfaces. I thought I was safe with this because although it's a painted surface, it's not quite a painted surface because it's kind of very, very porous. So I didn't think that was going to be a problem. The problem I did have was the walls aren't particularly even, which, to be fair, makes me feel even more confident that I made the right choice in doing this and not using the other way, because if the walls aren't even, I think it could have been a problem. But the walls aren't even, so that's why I get that kind of like slightly funhousey one in the middle, because the bottom of it is slightly further out. The rest of them are quite flush. What I did was just put tons and tons, all three of these mirrors, I probably used 3/4 of that. I couldn't get more on the back of these things. Tons and tons of that all over the back. And I used a big box. So something that was going to be kind of like right up to the wall, a big box to lean them on. You just needed something at the bottom that was going to hold them. Now, what I could have done was put a ledge or like a channel or something. I didn't really think about that until after I'd done it and it was a bit too late. But you could kind of put like a piece of wood, something kind of like fit there that's going to be there always. That'd probably be smart because it's like a permanent solution as well. It's always going to give them a little bit of support. But I didn't do that. I just left the big box underneath. It was okay for 2 of them. I waited until these 2 were set and then I did the 3rd one on the last day. You also need to make sure that you are applying pressure to the mirror for the entire 24 hours that it needs to completely cure. So use this old headboard, which is quite heavy, but soft against the mirror. So I just kind of leaned it against, and that meant that this was kind of applying pressure the entire time that they were drying. And I don't want to tempt fate, but they're pretty good so far. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of clean everything up. I do also have some flags that are coming, like this one. This was really cheap, I think about £5 something. I just thought for kind of decor, and it also helps to hide where the white line ends, because I just did kind of there. I thought, you know, it would look okay. Also, those hooks, once they've set, will be for the little boxing gloves. The little boxing gloves. And I got some more of these, but in white, and I'm going to hang them here, but I'm going to hang them on some rope, and hopefully they're going to kind of slide across, and we're going to be able to use them kind of like curtains, so you could pull them all across if you want to get to the back and have full access. They're not going to go all the way down to the floor. You could just kind of throw them out of your way. They're only lightweight. But if you just wanted to move them all across, you will be able to, if I manage to fit them the way I think I will. But they will also go all the way across here, probably down to about there. So it will just kind of hide all of that. When you're in the room and you're using it as a gym, you won't be kind of like, here's a load of boxes full of rubbish. Okay, I'm leaving it for now. Hopefully I'll be able to come back and put in some little flags before he arrives home. But I'm excited. Everything's clean. Everything's ready. I think he probably knows I'm making him a gym. But I can't imagine this is what he's imagining. Everything arrived. This is very exciting. So I've got Ella. Ella's here. She is going to keep an eye on where Lee is on Find My iPhone. Milo is going to put something on for us to watch. And I'm going to try and hang these flags. Just 5 minutes now. What are you doing? This is like the most lunatic part of this, because every time he stands on it, it's going to make a mess. I just want it to be clean the first time he sees it. Okay, go on.
Welcome to Milo Gym boxing exercising. Is this enough? You get some big legs. Big strong legs.
Mate minutes ago and said, he said bad traffic, be about half an hour, so that's like 20 minutes. Okay, this is not quite what I expected. I don't know what I expected. I wonder if I can pull that a bit straighter. It took some like, some tie-in, and it's better than it was, but it kind of does the job. It's not perfect. I also tried to make like a little wall of boxes, just so that you're not looking through to like rubbish. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this at least looks cleaner. I have maniacally cleaned these a million times now, and they're just going to be dirty all the time. I don't care. I just want the first time he sees them for it to all kind of look nice. That looks like a pair of boxer shorts, but it's gloves. I'm really, really pleased with it, honestly. I don't think it could have turned out any better, given that this was just me on my own, attempting to do this as a surprise. Even the children can't wait to see his reaction, and he's about 8 minutes away.
Can we see it on live?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow, it looks really cool.
We got boxing gloves.
Oh, nice. Wow.
We got a
That's
mat.
so cool.
Check your phone.
How's it got lights?
Check your phone.
Why?
You got Wi-Fi?
Because you got Wi-Fi.
How?
Yeah, we got.
How did you get power to it?
Electrician.
You got an electrician? Oh, that's really cool, thank you.
As I predicted yesterday, the minute it was all over and I could stop thinking about it and stressing about it, I was so tired. I came and sat inside and thought, I have a vlog to edit, which I've now edited. This is the last clip. I've done it all. And I swear I'm going to fall asleep on the sofa now. And it is 10:20, so good timing. But it was a hit. I will let you know how much we use it. Obviously, I had this planned for weeks and weeks, and then I went to see a physio who told me that I need to just start doing some exercise and stuff, so maybe I'll join Lee in the gym, but I'll let you know how it actually gets used and share that as we go. But yeah, I'm glad that I could kind of share a little bit of the process and some of the stuff that I learned along the way. Hopefully it's useful for some of you, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me.